Hello everyone, Bloomin' Cheesy here. This is for Franklin Barbecue in Austin, Texas. It's the best place to get your barbecue going on. It does always have lines, as these two first photos will show. I'm going to have a nice little bit of review afterwards of this, so please hold on. That is the inside. That is a bunch of shirts. I do really want a shirt, maybe. I'm thinking about it. They're about $20 each. That is the front area, and they had a nice little Christmas gnome in the corner. Yes, he hanged up the lights. That is the meats that it shows and the prices that you can find. That is what I ate. Oh, it was so good. Look at that platter. Look at the pull apart of that beef brisket, and look at that barbecue sauce. Let's do this. So, this is a day after I had the barbecue. This is Franklin Barbecue Pit. It was voted the top #1 barbecue place in Austin. Yes, I looked and I was in the line for about, I would say, hour and a half before you even got to the counter. After that, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes for them to get it done. That is if by that time they still have the food you want. Now, we wanted the brisket, and we wanted what we got was the brisket and the pulled pork. We wanted the turkey, but after asking them themselves some of the ingredients in the turkey that they braise and brine it was allergic to one of our people, so we decided to switch over to something she could have because she would not like the brisket as much. So we went towards pulled pork. That worked really well, by the way. And then we also had, if I remember correctly, they have infinite pickles you can have. And also, they have a Wonder Bread piece if you want it. We decided not to. You also can say that there was also a place for, what was that on the side? Onions. There was some onions that were not cooked, not sauteed or anything. It was just sliced onions. It was pretty good. And then they had the sides that you could order. Now, those were infinite and free. These other three were in containers, pint, quart, and small, I guess they can call it, pound. And there was coleslaw. There was baked beans, and there was the potato salad, and all three were really good. I thought myself that the beans, it was pinto beans with bacon. They had a little too much spice for me. It was something that we decided to leave behind. That was the only thing we left behind out of that whole plate, by the way. Everything else we devoured. You got to see some photos of it before we started to eat, and during also. After, there was nothing left. There was a little bit of pinto beans, and that's it. I really did like their side of potato salad. Had a little bit of a mustardy taste. We love that because it's southern Texas. Also, we did like and we did devour that coleslaw. Coleslaw had a creamy, textury taste. It did not have raisins in it or anything special. It was a mayonnaise based, if I remember looking at it correctly, and it was more of a creamier, textury taste than what I was used to. But loved it altogether. Perfect flavor palette for it, and was really good. Now, the potato salad that had the mustard in it had big chunks of potato. It did have some egg in it, a little bit, I think, very little. And then it was yellowy in look. It was really, really good. It had a really, really strong mustardy taste that did make the taste better, I would guess you could say. Lastly, the two kinds of meat that we are looking at. So we are looking at the brisket. That is the one that has the edges that are darkened because it's brisket. It was made that way. It was sliced brisket and then pulled pork. So let's dive into one of them. Brisket, delicious. Yes, for some people it would be a little bit too much fat, but it fell off your hand when you were trying to eat it because it would just pull. It would just pull apart. It was so good. And it was a perfect flavor palette for that brisket. That is what you get when you go to this place. Because that is what they're famous for, is their brisket. Now, by the time we got up there, we did not order any, but they also are really, really good on ribs. But we got there at 11:15. They opened at 11 o'clock. There was an hour and a half wait to get up there, and by the time we got up there, they were already telling us that the ribs were already out because they weren't making any more. They're only open for a certain amount of hours, but the food, you need to get there early. We got there later than what they were when they opened. We got there at 11:15. They opened it up 11. They already had a line outside, going down the hill, and on the sidewalk. And we got up in line. It was an hour and a half ish wait. I think it was an hour and 35 minutes. You got to see some photos I took during the line, in the middle of the line, inside, on the sides of the inside, which is the cool things to look like, which is merchandise. They had a nice little cardboard poster board of what they have. They said that you change that out, and they do make the prices higher and lower towards the different seasons, I guess. And then very, very, very good barbecue, by the way. We did have two different kinds of sauces for both of the meats. Let's talk about the sauces that go accompany the meat, which is the barbecue sauce. The original was very good. I would say one of the better original regular barbecue sauces I've had ever. Now, I'm talking about comparing it to Regal Eagle even. It's better than Regal Eagle for the original. Also, their other barbecue sauce we tried was the espresso barbecue sauce, and I liked that because it was a lot sweeter for me, and I liked that a lot better than even the original, which I thought was fantastic. So this one, the espresso blew it out of the water for me. It had a nice tang to it. It tasted like espresso, by the way, and I loved it. The other thing I got to try a little bit of, I'm talking about that much, because it was the pulled pork. And the pulled pork is not famous there, but it is really good. I do love their pulled pork. They do not have it in anything but the lumps that they gave you, like a spoonful of pulled pork. And that was mostly for the person that had the allergy. They can eat that one more, and they did. They ate so much, in fact, that they got full because of how much we got. They do weigh everything by pound, so you can either get 1 pound, or you can also ask for a half of a pound. They do not show that, but you can, and it'll show in the price. The half a pound, of course, costs less than the pound. And that's what we did. I think we did a pound of the brisket and a half of a pound of pulled pork, and we loved all of it. Really, I could have ate a little bit more than what we got. It did fill us up pretty well. We did get the 2 quarts. The photo that I showed you was the quarts of the or 3 2 quarts, 3 quarts of the sides. So a quart each of all three of the sides. They only had 3 sides, which was the potato salad. They also had the pinto beans. It's a little spicy. We passed towards the end. It gave me, or it was considering giving me heartburn, so I passed on it. And then the third one was the coleslaw, creamy, a little bit sweet, really, really creamy, really mayonnaise-y coleslaw. Really, really good flavor on it. Tasted fresh, by the way. I loved everything that we ate there. That was fantastic for that day. Would I go there again? Without a second thought. I will go there again. I will come back just to Austin, just to get to Franklin's barbecue. So there it is. Please do watch all of my other videos. I am pushing out a lot of shorts this week, a lot of different videos coming out later in this month for Vlogmas. So please do like, please do comment, please do subscribe. I'm out of here. Let's eat.